And now, your host, Couch Tomato!
Pizzazz.
Yeah, because it didn't even feel like an invasion. Like it didn't feel like a war. Like it just felt like a little battle.
That's my issue.
You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't feel like
That's
a war.
my issue with part one. It felt like a war. You, by the way the trailers look, you think that it's all out war. It's really not. London gets destroyed.
That's it. Yeah,
and that's about it. And then after that, 2 pilots really saved the world. So it's like London got destroyed. Okay, no more Harry Potter movies. And then it's like, boom, let's go save Area 51. So the way they hint at it is, look, they're talking to the audience. They said, look, I know you guys were expecting a battle. We messed up, but stay tuned for part 3 because we're taking the fight to them. But nonetheless, you could have fun with this movie. Another bright spot that I saw, I felt that the first one relied so much on aerial battles. I want to see hand-to-hand combat with these aliens. Because they mentioned in part 1, their tissue is no different than ours. It's just as sensitive, meaning that, okay, these monsters look menacing, but they're no different from the people of Earth. Like, we could go toe-to-toe with some of these guys. So they bought that into this movie. There's a guy with a sword, and you think he's going to be cool. I'm going to save you the heartache. Nope. He's not going to be cool. But nonetheless, he does introduce the idea of fighting head-to-head with these aliens. And I thought, I'm like, all right, I'll watch part 3. At the end of the day, like, I wasn't expecting this movie to be, Disney great. I was just expecting it like, all right, show me some decent stuff. I saw decent stuff from Liam Hemsworth. I saw decent stuff from the Whitmore's daughter, and I was laughing when PD suggested that they was bringing her back because he was being obviously sarcastic. I want to take this time to apologize to Liam Hemsworth. On the last review, the bonus review that we did for Independence Day, I basically projected that he was going to stink it up.
Ooh.
And I'm sorry. It was wrong for me to just make a judgment call without having to see the movie. But for me to actually watch a couple of Liam Hemsworth movies and continually let down, and he's like 1/3 of a shadow of his big brother. I thought this kind of showed you what happens if you actually give him more screen time. Like, for this to be, I'm not going to say it's not his first film because he's been in the Expendables 3. He's been in the Hunger Games. This is the first time that he's your star. For a Roland Emmerich movie, you got to realize some of the problems you'll have with him is because of the Roland Emmerich script alone. But for what this movie is and for him, I thought he was like the one character that stood out. So I was like, okay, he's not as bad as I let on. Another person that I would like to also take this time to say I'm not sorry, and I was absolutely right, was about Jesse T's character. I suggested on the last podcast that this guy, he has no chops. He can't really fill Captain Hillard's shoes from the original. And it is Will Smith.
You like tomato?
And you like tomato?
Potato?
Potato?
Tomato?
Tomato?
Let's call